Hi everybody, and welcome to True Wants. We're trying to help you make that decision if it's going to change from a want to a need. If you are new to my channel, I really hope you will choose to subscribe. It's free and it's easy. It's the red button you'll see right underneath this video. If you press it and it turns gray, you're in. It's that simple. There's also a bell beside that subscribe button, and I always recommend that you press it. It's called the notification bell. And what ends up happening is YouTube will notify you just once that I've uploaded a brand new video. It's something that I use and I enjoy, and I want to make sure that you guys know about it as well, because I do upload a lot and sometimes my videos are time sensitive and I don't want you to miss out. So press that subscribe button, ring the bell, and you'll be in the know. Also, in that same area under the video, there is a thumbs up. It's important on the YouTube platform. That's why I have that to remind you guys that if you're enjoying my content, please take a second when you arrive to hit that thumbs up. Supposedly it helps on the YouTube platform, and I'm thanking you in advance for doing that for me. Okay. Today, what I'm going to be doing is I decided to try a lot of products, and a lot of times I try that, and when I do other unboxings, I'll mention something in those videos, you know, that I tried this or that. I thought also that I was going to hopefully be doing more empty videos, and I see my empty area is just getting higher and higher and higher. I just don't have the time to film that. So what I decided to do was I was going to do what I call, I guess, the makeup of the day. This is the end of the day. You can tell my voice has already had its full day, but I put everything out on the table, what I put on my face today, so that if I had time during the end of the day to film, I wanted to share with you guys what I had on my face, because I was impressed with a couple of things right out of the gate. And some of these are the old time favorites that I use all the time that I'm going to share with you also. It's so weird when you put the items in front of you, how many items you use to create your face, because in my makeup area, you know, all my foundations are in one area, my concealers in another. So I just pick and pull. But when you place it out in front of you on a table, it's a little bit like, wow, I can't believe there's that many products out here. So let's get started. What started all of this and the idea to do this video was this product here, which is from TouchinSol. This is a brand new product to me that I got in a Boxycharm base box. And it was one of my choice items because I do get 2 base boxes, and this item I could not wait to try. This is what it looked like just from swatching it with you guys when we opened up the box. It's a gel-like consistency, and it has a cooling effect when you put it on the skin, which is so nice and refreshing first thing in the morning. But it's a silicone-free product that behaves like silicone. So when I placed it on my face, I could not believe the glass-like finish. It didn't leave stickiness for maybe 30 seconds, and then everything just looked beautiful and smooth and like a perfect canvas that was primed for the next steps. So like I said, this really started this, that I wanted to talk about it, and I was really impressed with it. The next item was one that I cannot believe I waited this long to wait for it to be in a Boxycharm box. I don't know why, for some reason, I didn't pick up this foundation when all the hype was on, and the hype is real. This blew me away. This is definitely going to be a staple in my arsenal now. The shade that I got, that I chose for myself, was 230, and it ended up being a perfect shade for me. This is fantastic for combo girls. For me, I put this on and I did not touch up once during an entire day. And when I say that, I'm up very early in the morning, and when I look at myself in the mirror, it's usually, you know, at dinner time or you know, right after lunch to reapply a lipstick, same thing at dinner time, and then at the end of the day when I take my makeup off. So I'm not the girl that, you know, these fantastic YouTubers that, you know, wear it as a wear test and and throughout the day they show you. I had to sit down to share this with you guys because I cannot believe that I didn't have it settling into, you know, the marionette lines, you know, anywhere, you know, even with, you know, coming off on the nose area, which is all normal day-to-day routine for me. So I totally recommend this product, and I am blown away by it. So this was the next item. The next one is one that's a staple, and it's been a staple in my wardrobe for a while. It is from Born This Way. It is the Too Faced concealer. This is a fantastic concealer. To me, it's equivalent to a Shape Tape. It's got that big, large doe foot applicator. The color that I choose is Snow, which is a little bit light, but I like to do whatever I can to brighten up under my eye area. I'm totally impressed with this. I know a lot of girls can, you know, get this in a darker shade and even wear this as foundation. That's how full coverage this is, as well as if you want to do any of your, you know, creaming type of contours, which I don't do. So that's what this is here. Normally I do choose to do a contour. I didn't today because I didn't have something new. But the new item that I did have that I wanted to try was from Complex Culture. This is another line that's through IPSY. And there's some relationship between Complex Culture and IPSY. I don't know 100% what the whole story is, but I know that every product that I got introduced to from this brand was because of IPSY. And I know there's some story. So if you know, please leave it in the comments down below. But I think IPSY has some ownership or something in this product. This reminded me so much of the higher end brands like Juno and all these other ones that are just so beautiful. So it's a little bit loved, and that's what this looks like here. So it's a bronzer and a blush in one, and that's what I have on my face. So I have my bronzer over here, a little bit on my forehead, a little bit underneath to help with some of the chiseling, and this one, the colors is Power Player and Pink Slip, and this really impressed me a lot. But what I used after my foundation, before I did that step, is something that I've been telling you guys for the longest time on my channel. And the Laura Mercier powders, all those are great, but I go through a lot of powder, and when you're a combo girl, you'll relate to me. But what I did was, I get this in 3 different colors, and I mention it all the time, the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder in the square. The first thing I do after I do my concealer is I use a Juno sponge, which is this one here, and this is the Fair Light. The one thing with these powders is the colors are really, you almost have to go a step down. So how I ended up with Fair Light, which is this one, which is the lightest one that I have, this is what I use under my eyes to set my concealer. Then if my foundation is not the right color, or it is bang on the right color, the color that I choose to use is the light one, which is this translucent powder that has a bit of a color to it. So that's what this one is here. And then if the foundation color that I have is too light, that I chose for myself, I go with a deeper one, which is this one here, which is light medium. So and how this all started was, I just assumed the best powder for me would have been light medium, but it became so dark on my complexion that I went down one. And once I did the light, I decided to get it in the Fair Light to help set the powders, and that's what I end up doing. And this powder for me, my pores disappear. It gives me that also glass-like finish, and it is a powder that it's my go-to, you know, if I'm not trying something new. So that I wanted to share with you. The foundation sponges that I use are from Juno, and I was using these way before Juno even got in touch with me. I think they were one of the first companies that, you know, offered a link with a discount code or any of those things, you know, that YouTubers get as we grow. So I'll leave the link down below because I think I get like 15% or 20, whatever it is, I will leave it linked down below, that if you want anything from Juno, which their prices are fantastic to begin with, you can use that link down below. And thank you to everybody who uses the links, because there is a very small compensation that comes my way, which is really nice. But it's only for products that I choose to have on my channel and recommend to you guys, because I'm using them as well, and the links work for me as well. So this is the standard, and I always have backups of these. This is the Juno sponge. That's the one that I got introduced to, and it was actually Nikki Tutorials that introduced me to this, but it's a microfiber sponge, and these run like $4 or $5. They're very inexpensive, but they are so fantastic, and they last forever, and they wash really well. This is just from today. This I use solely now for my powders, and I don't wet this at all. So this part here that has that flat surface is what I use under my eyes to conceal, and then the rounded is for the darker one that I use to place all of the darker powder over my face. And then this one is what I use for my concealer, which is the flat side, and then the other side is the part of the sponge that I use for the foundation. The only difference is with the colored one here, the pink one, it is a little bit softer. This is a little bit harder. So that's why I like to use this for powder. It's not firm, it's not hard, it's firm. So I like to use this for the powders because I'm able to place everything exactly where I want. And I like things to be a little bit cushionier when I'm putting on foundation, so I get more of a bounce. So that's what those two are here. The next item that I used for my face was a new one for me as well that I also got in the boxes, and it's from Laura Mercier. And I have to thank you guys, because when I first swatched this, I didn't realize this was a highlighter. And because to me, this looked very similar to the Laura Geller baked products because it had that half moon type of, to it. And what's great about baked products is they start as creams but they go on your face like a powder. So for combo girls like me, it is absolutely fantastic. But this is truly a highlighter. And it's one of those highlighters that it gives you almost that lit from within, but it has enough that when the light catches it, and remember, I did not touch up anything on my face since early this morning. And this is the highlighter 01. So if you see this, this is definitely a win also. The other item that I wanted to try was that I got this one in the Brandify box. And I told so many of you guys, first of all, I was so blown away with this. I could not believe the Brandify box. So I've been lucky enough that when I found it, I got it and I enjoyed it and I shared it on my channel and so on and so forth. After that, communication started between the two of me and the company. And then I was able to share it with you guys here as well, which I do anyways. They sent me a PR package and then they sent me mine, which I always choose to do that because I like to choose my products and so on and so forth. Anyways, long story short, so many of you, there's no affiliate links and there's no sponsorships or any of that. If I find something that I enjoy, that's what I have the channel for, is to share with you guys so that you guys can know about it as well. And so many of you signed up for it, and I want to thank the channels that acknowledged me and my channel for telling you guys about it. There were a lot of channels that didn't, and that's fine, but I know that so many of you all of a sudden were showing it on your channels that I was able to see what everybody else got and what you chose, and that's a lot of fun for me as well. So this one is from Milani, and the one that I wanted to use, which is the one that I picked for myself, was the one that was like this. It had all these beautiful pops of color, and I was going to do blues and things like that, but what I ended up doing was some of my old standards. So I did my all over to set my concealer, and I didn't choose an eye primer today because I wanted to see how these would last on my eyes, because I do have like combo skin, so sometimes my eyes get very oily and things like that. And this lasted all day without a primer, and I'm impressed with the Milani brand. And I tell you guys, whenever I find, and I did another Milani video that I should link down below, that it looks very similar to like a Charlotte Tilbury, where it has the bronzer, the blush, and some shadows. It is just beautiful. I cannot wait to start playing with that one as well. So this one here, what I did was my all over to set the concealer, and then I did the transition shade, and then I deepened up my corners of my outer corners with these two here. And then this color was one that I really wanted to try as my pop of color, and it was just stunning. It's almost like a chartreuse. And then this one, I thought I would kick it up with a little bit of sparkle, and it didn't give me the sparkle that I wanted it to do, but this definitely did enough brightening that this disappointed me a little, but not enough to say, you know, I probably will have to play with it more, maybe spray the brush and do all those little tricks, but this here was a true winner for me. So if you look at this and it's too much color for you, close your eyes and then just do it like this, and then you'll see that this is a normal palette this way. And if you wanted just your blues and your greens, you cover up there, and then that's what you got there. So to me, this was an absolute winner palette. This is available in the drugstores anyways for $20, which I think is a fantastic price as well. And this really impressed me because, like I said, at the end of the day, I did not need to touch anything up, and these shadows lasted beautifully without primer or anything. The other items that I have on my face that I told you guys was an absolute win was the Milk Makeup. This is a mascara primer. I've been using mascara primers for more years than I would like to even mention. I started with the Lancome primer, and then I started just using the L'Oreal one because that was more drugstore and I was going through them like water. But I chose to use this primer today because I got in the Hello bag, and then I ended up getting it in my IPSY Glam bag, this Kush mascara, which is just fantastic. And if you see this in that $3 section, definitely give it a whirl, because this is an over $20 mascara. And as I tell you guys all the time, the brushes and the formula that's inside here is just fantastic. It's the same as the full size and the formula is the same, but there's something about this mascara or the brush or just the combination of the two that really lengthened my lashes. I don't feel like I have any mascara on, and that's what I like when I like a mascara. I don't like that feeling or where you feel you have to like play with it or you get those, nothing. At the end of the day, everything was perfect. I wear it on the top and on the bottom. Really, really impressed with this. Then, as you know, I got this way before it was in the boxes, and it's one I've recommended. It's from Laboratories. This is the LA Gaga. This one is on point. It is her Nude. It's a little bit shorter than it should be because I've been using it and enjoying it, and then I ended up getting it in other bags, and I cannot believe that this is now showing up in some of our boxes. So please enjoy this. You could use this all over your lip. You can use this just to line your lip, but I use this all over. And then this was another one that I ended up getting in the add-ons and pop-up store. Alamar is a brand that I got introduced to because of Boxycharm, and every product that I have used of theirs, I have enjoyed. So this is another one that I was able to get through the add-ons, and it's called La Des Nude As, and this is what this looks like here, and that's what I have on my lips right now. It is just beautiful, and that's the wand that it has. It has a flat side, and it's really easy to go on, and it's really one dip and you get the colors. So this is a gloss, so like by lunchtime after I ate, I had to reapply, but then it stayed on, you know, through all my talking, through everything that I do all day, and I only had to reapply it because I ate. And then the last item before I tell you about the finishing spray, this is another one that has been in my arsenal also for many years, but a lot of you only got introduced to it now, and it is a winner. So if you see this, I ended up getting it as a choice item and then buying it when it was in the add-ons, because I do not want to ever be without this, because I pay full retail for this all the time. This is from OFRA, and it is their banana powder. Now we all know about their highlighters, which are beyond stunning, but this banana powder beats every other banana powder I've ever used underneath my eyes. And this is my last step that I do in my makeup routine, right under my eyes. And as much as I think I'm fine, when I put this on, it's like my face just lights up. It is, if you haven't tried this or you're afraid of banana powders, there's something about this one. It's not too yellowy, it's not too beigey, it is beyond perfection, and it is one that I highly recommend. And then the last item that I did was a new one that was to me from this brand called Item. And Item is also like Complex Culture. There's some relationship between the brand and IPSY that I think they're somehow involved with the actual brand. And this one is, I know it's a TikToker, like there's always these stories behind all of these, but this one is called the One Hit, and it's a Prime, Set, Refresh, Dewy Finish Face Mist. I was afraid when I hear dewy finish, because when you're a combo girl, you don't like to hear the word dewy because we get dewy on our own. But I should have put this on first as a primer, because this was another step that I didn't do that I normally like to do, which is the Smashbox primer. I feel that really makes a big difference on my skin as well. But I didn't know that this was a prime, but that's what I'm gonna do next time I use this. But I did do this to set my makeup. And that's what I feel really was the cherry on the top of everything else that I did. So this definitely helped keep my oils at bay. I'm sure, you know, the primer that we started with helped as well. This being a matte foundation, I'm sure helped as well. I know these powders from Maybelline help as well, but there's something about this one that behaved as well as my Smashbox primer, you know, my Urban Decay All Night. This really impressed me. And the spray on this is beautiful. The scent on this is beautiful. So if you've seen this, and or if this ends up in your boxes, do not hesitate to enjoy it, because it is definitely a winner. So that's everything that I wanted to share with you guys today, because this was everything that I put on my face, and it impressed me so much that I wanted to sit down with you and share it with you guys, so that if you see these products in the future, or if they become available at fantastic prices, that you'll be able to know that, oh, I remember when Truance told me about those products and she's using them and enjoying them too. So that's everything for today. As always, I appreciate that you guys take any time out of your day that you choose to spend it with me here, so thank you. But more importantly, during this time, I want everybody to continue to stay safe so that we can all stay well, and I'll see you all soon in my next video. Take care, and bye-bye for now.